Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Adult Table, the premier show that is freeform conversation partaken and hosted by two friends that are the best at shit talking, where no topic is left off the table because, everything's fair game, baby. I, of course, am your slightly inebriated host, Trav, brought to you with, in great partnership and sponsorship by the Vanilla Gorilla, the man, the meat, the legend, and dare I say, Ozempic's final boss, Joey Fats.
Wasn't Lizzo Ozempic's final boss?
Ah, she might be. She
I
might
think
still be.
I think she might still be. But yes, no, I've got 99 problems and still fitting through doors is one. So,
I think I couldn't find it after I saw it the first time, but one of the funniest memes I saw that year, whatever year it came out, she was playing. They made a big deal of her playing that crystal flute that was like owned by
yeah,
Thomas Jefferson, and then somebody just photoshopped it as a giant submarine sandwich. So she's just like, with this giant. It's like, yeah, that's more realistic,
yeah, she's Ozempic's working for her though. She's definitely lost a lot of weight.
I guess. But she was the
Yeah.
one preaching body positivity and all that shit, and then it turns
Oh,
out, oh wait, she was abusing and berating her like dance crew and everybody else while on tour for being out of shape and like. I think that
yeah,
she used a banana on tried to use a banana on a woman,
that's kind of crazy.
right? I mean, at least
I
it's
mean,
a
a banana
potassium injection, but
and like, wouldn't like a banana wouldn't it just be like too soft? You know, because once it breaks, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
even
Like,
even an underripe banana is still gonna break off unless you keep it
yeah,
unpeeled.
like if it's a ripe banana, fucking forget it. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all.
I mean, unless you're keeping the peel on it and it's ripe,
Even so,
it's
but
not
like even
ripe.
you keep the peel on it, like the peel, once it's snapped, like it breaks in one direction or another, that it's just gonna be like a fucking loosey goosey accordion type thing.
Well, that's
You know
why
what I
you
mean?
put a condom over it first.
I mean, you're gonna have to do something, popsicle sticks to brace it up or something. I don't know.
So
I
a
don't know.
speculum. We're gonna need a speculum over here.
Yeah, but Lizzo, she got in trouble for being like, I love how like the narrative shifted from like, oh no, like it's totally okay to be fat and gross and all this other shit to back to like
Yeah.
now like Hollywood is like, no, super skinny anorexia skinny is back in, and we're like, and you're all gonna just conform, and everybody's like, okay.
Oh, like everything comes full circle. I think, yeah, like what you just said is true, and we're gonna get back to the heroin chic era of like models.
Yeah, like did you see some of these actresses? I don't know what like thing happened like recently, but like maybe it was the Met Gala, where like but
That
some of these
fucking dog shit
these
thing.
these people like I guess they get like their face fat taken out, and
Yeah,
they basically just look like fucking Skeletor.
yeah,
Like
decrepit ghouls.
yeah, like running around. They're just like, and it's like, oh, all right, Sabrina Carpenter, nice to see you. And she's like, until we meet again, and just runs away. You know, and like,
Like the Crypt Keeper. Well, there goes the Crypt Keeper or
yeah,
Sabrina
exactly.
Carpenter. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
I don't know if Sabrina Carpenter's like a thing. It's just a famous pop person that I think might be one of those people. But anyway,
I would be disappointed if it wasn't the Crypt Keeper. I'd be like, shit, is there a Tales from the Crypt reboot happening?
yeah, because
Because I'd
I would
love that.
Dude,
Give me that. Holy shit.
kill me a Coke.
Yeah.
What a legend! Like, yeah, why haven't we rebooted Tales from the Crypt yet?
It was such a good series.
It really was, dude. It was creepy. It was weird. It was like, it was good.
It was a modern day, more horror leaning Twilight Zone. And it was
Yeah.
all very well done. They had big actors in
had a
it.
lot of, it had a lot of Rob Zombie vibes to it. You know?
Predating Rob Zombie borrows from a lot of things aesthetically and musically, but
Sure, as most artists do.
I mean that it was just it was so good. I'd love to see a reboot of that as long as it's done right. And
Well, that's the thing. It's got to be done right, right? Like we can't just keep doing these reboots and people just half-assing it because they want to make a buck. Like, if you're gonna reboot something or you're gonna remake something, at least take the fucking pride and effort, or put in the effort and take some pride into what you're doing.
If you're have it be to that standard,
You know,
of
be,
the previous
be
version
Tom
of it.
Cruise when you're making Top Gun 2. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yes, which is being re-released in theaters again now,
and that's a fantastic idea because
and
I'm
rightfully
probably-
so, because that's
I'm
awesome.
gonna go see it now again.
If
because it
it's
was
playing
that
in-
fucking good.
If it's playing in 4G, I'm gonna go see it the way you did.
Oh, dude, with the moving seats.
Yeah,
Oh, so awesome.
I
So
can't
much
think of
fun.
a better movie to go and see in that type of.
Yeah, I don't. I
thing.
don't. The only thing I think that might be as good to go see that's coming out eventually is Days of Thunder 2.
Oh sure, but I mean,
but,
for
you know-
right now, for what.
But yeah, for what we know,
like holy shit, that's like tailor made for it.
yeah, exactly. It's 2 hours of F-18 porn, and you're just like, all right, sweet. Like,
Oh, and who's the enemy? Fuck. Doesn't matter, does it?
we don't even know. It's just some shitbag country in the middle of fucking. East
We
bumfuck
just gotta get
nowhere.
in. We gotta fly into that fucking volcano, and god
Yeah.
damn it, you're gonna do it.
Exactly. It could be. It could be China. It could be Russia. It could be Iran. Who fucking cares?
Could
We
be
know
in
what
no.
it is.
Doesn't matter. I mean, it was
All
like
we know
that.
is that America is kicking fucking ass.
Exactly.
It's like
And
the
Tom-
80s all over again.
And Tom Cruise is at it again, and god damn it, Jennifer Connelly's in it, and she still looks great.
She does look actually very good, and that she was she was the perfect person for that role too.
Yeah. Age appropriate,
hot,
essentially.
but
and-
like not too hot. You know what I mean? Where it's unbelievable.
And her character was good, like pushing back on Maverick because they had a past, and she doesn't take shit from him. They still have feelings for each other, but she doesn't let him walk all over her. Like it's a good dynamic. It looks like a healthy relationship.
And you know it's so funny. I don't know how we ended up. We did not talk about any of this before
No.
the show started. This is not even close to anything that's on our radar.
This is how the show and the preamble in particular work,
How it
folks.
fucking goes. I was at a restaurant. I was at the bar a couple weeks ago. The restaurant I always go to meet my dad on Tuesdays. I think I've mentioned that a couple times, right? I go to Faye's every Tuesday
Nice.
and meet my dad for drinks, and we just sit there, shoot the shit, catch up, talk, racing, grass, whatever, like the kind you cut, not the kind you smoke. Which I don't think I've actually heard anybody refer to weed as grass in a long, long time. That I don't even think was even popular when we were in high school. But
No, not really. It was always weed, bud, or some,
Yeah.
depending on the time, different nomenclature, but mostly like weed
no
or
one, I
bud.
don't think I've ever heard anyone be like, want to smoke some grass. Like we used to call it dope all the time. That was funny.
that
my
even
friend group in high
predates
school.
that. Even I don't think I ever referred to it as that. I was associated dope with heroin,
Well, yeah, but you'd get I think it was one of my.
but it was used as a reference for weed for a long time.
I don't know if it was Frank or Tommy Alphonse, God rest his soul. And they said I forget what it was. It was like one of those at specials, and somebody I think we got caught smoking or something like that, and one of the teachers was like, "Yeah, what were you guys doing? Smoking dope?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "That's fucking funny." And then from that point on, it was just like, "Hey, you guys want to go smoke some dope?"
Hey, you want to have some of that jazz cabbage?
Dude.
The fucking devil's lettuce?
Yeah, I want to go smoke some grass, and then we just started calling it all the lamest names we could all through high school. It was so fucking.
Be like,
funny, though.
hey man, you want to go out and have some Girl Scout cookies? I'm talking the grasshoppers, and they're like, oh yeah, you mean to smoke weed because grasshoppers are green? Be like, no, I bought a pack of the cookies. They're fucking delicious.
Yeah. Well, they're like, hey man, we got.
But also, we're
disco-
gonna smoke weed before we eat it.
I think my favorite was disco biscuits. That was one of my favorite terms for a drug.
Yeah, disco biscuits.
You want to take some disco biscuits, man? I don't even know what that is, but yeah, I'm in. Fuck it. Sounds like fun.
Hell yeah. Oh, Kelsey, hashish, that is a different type of thing.
Yeah, isn't that a whole different drug or something? Isn't that
Hash,
hookah?
it's still weed derivative. It's
Is it?
it's concentrated weed.
Yeah,
hash?
I am not up on my my inhaling drugs at all. I know weed. That's it.
Think of what dabs are now, but it was before dabs.
I don't even know that I fully understand dabs. All I
Trust
know
me,
is that
you're
it
better off not
fucks
doing
you
it.
up.
The first time I did it was probably, it was over 10 years ago. I walked in on my roommate and his friends, and they were in the living room, and they were using like a torch to light up this clear bong.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you guys smoking crack in here? What the fuck? And they're like, no, it's weed. It's dabs, man. Here, take a hit. And I'm the old man in the group here.
Yep.
I was like,
Naturally.
all right, sure. So I do.
Yeah, I think it was about 10 years ago. My buddy, he like showed up to my house one day, and he like just breaks out this rig, and he's got this like he said, he got this fucking torch, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you guys smoking crack? And he's like, no, dude, it's dabs. I'm like, the fuck is a dab?
It's
But you're right. It was like 2015. Like that was when I first got introduced to it.
Yeah, this was, I want to say, in 2013, 2014. So right around the same time. But so I do it, and I've smoked way more than these kids ever had. Like, I used to
Yeah.
smoke so much pot in high school. Like, me and my friends smoked it so often, it like as if we kept on doing it, we'd eventually win something. Like,
Right.
like earning Marlboro like miles. Oh, I'm gonna get that kick-ass jacket. Like,
Dude, I cannot wait to get that disposable camera, bro.
exactly. Hell yeah! I would just take pictures of my balls
Yeah.
with it.
All 25 pictures, my balls.
Yep. But no, I did one hit off of it, and then I was in the fetal position on the floor. Within like 20 seconds, I was like, "Oh, I might be the first person to OD from weed."
Yeah,
What did
so
you kids do to me?
I won't say who it was, but one of the people that used to frequent my house for football Sundays,
Yeah.
who is a very hardcore weed smoker. I mean, like I'm talking like you, like Cheech and Chong, like the more you you smoked it like as if you were gonna win something.
Right.
You know, that's how much, and it's just like and that's all they did all the time. And they did the same thing. They took the hit of the dabs, and they were just like, and I think after like 2 or 3 weeks, my buddy bringing them over to my house for football Sundays, this person was just like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Like I'm all set.
It's a
Like,
whole different thing.
It's just too much. It's just too much. And
'Cause
they're like,
it's
"Yeah, but it gets you
concentrated."
way higher, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to be that high.
Yeah,
Like,
and the shit we were getting back then, if we were lucky, it was referred to as hydro, but wasn't probably necessarily grown hydroponically. Nor did we fully understand what the fuck that meant. Like we
Yeah.
understood water and like a filtration shit, like a water irrigation, automatic irrigation system was in place somehow, but we didn't. I still don't know all the science behind it because I'm not a fucking botanist. But
true. Well, I mean, hydroponics. We learned about that in like fucking Brumstead's class.
sure, if you were
You know what I
paying
mean?
attention and
Yeah,
gave a
like-
shit.
And I remember like all the weed heads being like, "Wait, what?" Like all their ears would perk up when they heard hydroponics,
Hmm.
and they were like, "Wait, what? Horticulture's fucking sick."
But the
you know, you're like,
yeah.
You know, like Noah Fraser and Jelly are fucking like clamoring to get into horticulture.
Oh hell yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it is apparently easy. It's easier now than ever
not
now
to
too.
throw anybody under the bus, but you know.
But you literally said a couple names. But
Yeah, well, I mean, but it adds. If you know, you know. Like if you knew them back then,
and it's
then you know.
fine now.
Yeah, it's fine now.
But also back then, everything was super expensive. Very
Yeah.
few of us had cell phones, so it was, you were waiting all day to get like an eighth, and it would cost
Yeah.
like $60 in 99, 2001 money.
Bro, do you remember like? I'll still never forget like getting in like when Nextel first came out with the 2-ways,
Mm.
and it'd be like, "Brrr," and you'd be like, yo, and it'd be like, yo, like, and the first thing you always had to say is it cool to talk?
No,
Which
well,
was
and,
like how we like made it, like that was like our preface for like I'm about to ask you about some illegal substance that I want to purchase.
or just I'm gonna, or you didn't do that at all and just immediately yell something offensive over it.
Yeah.
Dude, that would happen so much in high school. I didn't get a phone until I was already out of high school.
I
but,
didn't get my first Nextel till.
But so the Nextels
after
were there.
senior year.
Dude, I'd be in
Or
English
senior.
class and somebody's getting hitting up Jay Amaral Cartman in
Yep.
English class. It's
God
probably
rest
like
his soul.
Greg Alphonse or Matt Cardoza or somebody else, and they just immediately be like, "Hey, faggot!" And middle of the class, Miss Madsen's class, and she's like, "What the hell was that?" And we're like,
Yeah.
We just all start laughing.
Never failed, dude. Never failed. Oh, I loved doing that. Like, and or people just like all of a sudden you hear, boodaloop, faggot, 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 faggot,
Yep.
faggot, faggot, faggot. And you're like, oh, and you're like trying to like, because you like, fuck, you're in class. You're trying to put it on private.
Yeah.
Like, shit, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It wa-
those were the good old days. I do very much because I feel like Nextel two-way was just, it was texting, but with voice. Like, it was just
And
voice
also,
to-
this was also at a time where your texts and all your call minutes were costing money,
yeah,
like individually. So you
Yeah,
had
call-
to
Yo, let me hit you up after 8 when my minutes are free.
exactly. So with Nextel, if you had Nextel and your friends were on Nextel or anybody that you had it that you're acquaintance with, that two-way was part of the plan and that was free.
Yes,
It
the
was
Nextel
included
two-way
in your
that
monthly.
Shit was the balls, dude. That was
It
still
was.
my probably as far as like cell phones go, and I know like smartphones now. Like, I mean, what's crazy to me is like my cell phone now is probably 1,000 times more powerful.
But it
than
can't do. Why is it
my
not? Why
computer.
are we not having that feature?
I
That should be
know.
standard in every phone now.
You would think like it would just be that easy. Like, broop, yo, like,
Because it started like almost like exclusively, or at least initially, with the idea of it being used on work sites. So it replaces the walkie-talkie.
well, you remember the Nextel commercials?
Yeah.
Like if firemen ruled the world, and it was like you go to a wedding, and it's like, do you? Yeah. Do you? Yeah. All right, kiss her. We're out of here.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
right.
That was
I'm.
like the best. And that was
Mhm.
the thing was so efficient.
It was instantaneous. I mean, obviously there is some latency. There is a delay, but
And you could,
It is-
yeah, like if somebody was talking, you tried to like, you wanted to interject, you couldn't.
right.
So like if you had one of those long-winded friends that would just keep going on and on and on and on, you're like, I think that's where like, yo, that's crazies originated from.
Pretty much. You could stop listening to them though. You could like mute it.
You could stop listening to them, but they would keep talking, but they wouldn't know that you stopped. You know what I mean? That,
Correct.
You couldn't stop them mid-sentence and like and step on them, if you will. But
No.
like that's where I think like you know one of those friends would be like, they always went like bro, like you need to call me if you're gonna like talk to me for more than like 18 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be a phone call. Like two-way is for like, yo, where you at? I'm at the crib. All right,
Okay.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick you up.
ETA 15.
Yeah, I'll be there. All right, word, bet.
Boom.
Like, whatever we said back then. That shit's
Oh,
fat.
Oh, bet
know?
what? Oh yeah, fat with PHT.
Yeah, I still say fat. I'm bringing it back.
And bet has been around for a while. Actually, it's just nobody said it for.
No, Bet's been Bet's an OG. The only people that say bet at my work are the OGs.
Yeah, no, it was being said when we were like kids.
Yeah,
It's just by the time we were like adolescent age, like where we were like, hey, trying to be cool.
we already had cooler stuff. To
We
say.
had tubular and radical.
That. I think tubular radical that kind of predated us though.
A little bit, but we were still saying it because maybe it got reinvigorated due to like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was more like you said that like those got said more like sarcastically.
Mm.
But when I think of like shit that we said non sarcastically was like butter was one of them.
Butter, dope,
Fat,
fat.
dope. Damn, what the hell else? did
I
we
mean,
used to say?
cool's always been around. It's cool. We
Cool,
still said
right.
cool.
Yeah, cool is always.
Oh,
that's been like-
badass. Oh, that's badass. Like,
See, I don't know. Badass, I feel like I never said. I always felt like badass was like kind of gay.
I mean, it was reserved for only certain things, and yeah, I don't think I ever really said it. That
Yeah, if you said something was badass, I was like,
it would have to be
I'd look at you
like
sideways. I'd be like, what are you?
it would have to be like Gravedigger, monster truck. Like,
Yeah,
like
there was-
that's pretty
right.
badass, man. Like,
Right, there was a certain like demographic that badass had to be used it for, like to
and new
describe, I should say.
probably new
Like-
like Slipknot was pretty badass.
See, I even at that point, Slipknot was fat. You know what I mean? For me,
I thought fat was like strictly for use with hip hop.
So what's
And
wicked funny is I remember,
Fat Farm, remember that?
oh yeah, when I was heavy into paintball back in like the early 2000s, obviously, it was my thing, and I remember we were playing. I was playing on this team. I can't remember what the hell it was called, but I was playing with these two guys that were a little bit older than me. They were probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 years older than me. The names were John and Matt. They were really cool, and me and my buddy, and the three, like me and my buddy from Dartmouth teamed up, like met them at a field, whatever, and decided like, hey, let's form a team. And they were like, all right, cool, you guys are pretty good, like you're cool, you're younger, but like we're willing to tolerate you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we were driving down the Cape one day, and there was this song in a paintball video by AFI. Was it how the fuck do you say it? Malefus Malacrum? Oh my God, what the hell is the name?
How should I know? I'm not gay.
Yeah, exactly. Hold on, what the hell is the name of it? Oh my God, this is gonna kill me, dude.
Such a memorable song.
I don't know how to say the name of it. That's my problem. Like,
What is it? Something like Maleficent or...
something gay like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up. I don't need that in my algorithm.
Anyway, was it? I don't even know if it was AFI. It might have been. I think it was AFI. Or was it No Effects? I can't remember. Honestly.
I'm more familiar with No Effects. I like them.
Yeah, they were cool. But anyhow, this song, it was in a paintball video that we had watched a shit ton of times, right? Over and over and over again. And the whole song was really, really cool. It's actually a really good song. And this song was like, and I remember like they skipped a song on the way. We were on our way to Cape Cod Paintball to play a tournament. And I'm in the back seat, and I was like, "Whoa, no, go put that back on. Go back to that last song." And they're like, "What? They're like this?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, this song's fat." And like the two dudes in the front, Matt and John, the kids that are like older, like looked at each other and were like, "I have never heard this band ever referred to as fat."
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm pretty fucking cool, so get with the times."
Yeah, in case you didn't know, these skinny little emo guys in AFI, yeah, they're fat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're fat. They're totally fat.
Yeah, think like Weird Al Yankovic video for I'm fat.
I want to say it was AFI, but I could be wrong. It's on my like songs list for sure.
I'm sure it is.
No, I mean only because of that video though. Because that paintball video made it cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not I'm certainly not gonna I'm certainly not listening to them, you know, in my spare time.
Sure you aren't. We'll see if that's reflected at the end of this year.
Yeah.
When we do our Spotify.
When the Spotify Wrapped comes up and it's like, hey, this is your #1 listened to band. I'm like, fuck, I'm gay, aren't I?
Yeah, and then we'll see how many times where in the ranking your brother is for HH listening time. Which
now that song's gone, they removed it off Spotify.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Well, I would have figured he'd probably be #1 this year because, like, you know, some of the people that listen to it the most might drop off. Or he'd at least break the top, like, 10.
You would think so, but no, he's not going to be able to do it this year because it doesn't exist on Spotify anymore, which sucks. That takes away such a funny fucking thing too. Like, God, it just pisses me off how fucking gay everybody is now.
Well, you know, that's the free market for it, I guess, and people spoke up.
Yeah.
For no good reason. Oh yeah, Robocope 9 is saying, Malleus Maleficarum.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
AFI, Black Sails in the Sunset album 1999.
Yeah, 99. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's a great song. Like I said, I'm not watching.
All right, thank you for the
the fact
update
that
there on Robocup 9.
The fact that somebody knew that from
you're gay and retarded.
my shitty description of the song, like Like I basically just butchered that whole description. This guy was just like, "Oh yeah, I got you."
Yep.
Fucking that's great. That's great work right there.
I couldn't name a name of a song by that band. I know who they are. I've heard them,
Like I said, I know that song because it was in that particular paintball video, and I think I have like one other AFI song that I actually kind of like, but it's like it's like one of those ones like I want to take it or leave it. But anyway, yeah, I refer to that song as "Fat." Back in like, I mean, this is pre 9/11, so like early 2000 2001.
you were classifying it as fat. You're like,
Yes, I refer to. I was like, "Yo, that song's fat." And
if
they
you
were
were
like,
to make a playlist,
what?
you would put it under like the fat play. Oh, the song's fat. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
got that.
This song's totally fat.
I got that. I got some Spyro Gyra, and
It would probably go from that to like Limp Bizkit.
yeah, Limp Bizkit and some
God,
some
what else?
Live Throwing Copper is fat.
Yes, Throwing Copper is very fat. Great album.
Yeah, I would just say it's awesome. I wouldn't call it fat.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you don't need to use fat, dude. We get it. Like,
Yeah, you're like, no, you don't get it, and you're wearing all
nah,
Fat Farm
fam,
clothes.
You don't even fucking understand. This shit is fat as fuck.
You know how much money I spent at the mall on all this Fat Farm clothes?
I was not a Fat Farm guy, but I did say fat religiously. I still do. Like, it's so funny now. Like when I say fat in front of like people our age, I'll be like, "Yo, that shit is fat as fuck," and they're like, "Did you just say fat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like,
Did you
"Sorry,
mean
I'm-
thick with 2 C's? No, that
Yeah.
is completely different.
Yeah, because that is totally not the same thing. And I'm like, no, chill. It's cool. I'm bringing it back. You know, like in Jay and Silent Bob, they're gonna bring back Porch Monkey.
Shit, that's what we called us hanging out on Mike Russo's porch. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're monkeying up the porch. We're just sitting there making the white truck guy mad that we exist because we just...
Yeah, because that guy hated everybody.
Oh, he did. We did it. Oh, Jay Amaral almost fought him. Yeah, speaking of,
of
which.
course
But,
he did.
but now I get it. Like, now that I'm in my 40s, actually in my 30s, I was like, oh, white truck guy was actually kind of right, but he couldn't do anything about it because we were kids. So,
Like, you guys are fucking dicks.
yeah, we absolutely were.
Yeah.
And for no reason. Like,
Isn't it funny how like you get older and all of a sudden you realize like the guys that you were tormenting that were like older than you and you thought were like a
they
total
were just
cunt?
he gave us like he money yelled at us once, and then that was it. We were like, oh, you're a fucking asshole. Like, we're gonna torment you however we can, and you can't do anything about it. Like me. Fuck.
Like, we're
Exactly.
teenagers and you can't do shit.
Oh yeah, if you try and do anything, you're fucked, dude. Like,
Yeah, Cartman's gonna try to fight you, and if you win, you're fucked.
that's a lose-lose situation for him.
really is.
But Cartman was the only one crazy enough to actually try to like threaten an adult.
And probably would at that point he might have won.
Oh, yeah, dude, he beat up the Puerto Rican Punisher in the rest of the match. Like, at Craig, but we talked about this already before.
Yeah,
We haven't.
Cartman
This
was
is
a fucking legend.
absolutely. We're half an hour in. And this is still the preamble, technically.
Yes, and just so you know, that song Malleus Maleficarum, whatever. You know what the song is about? It's
AIDS.
It's about the fall. It's about fall. It's about summer transitioning to fall.
Right. Okay.
And that's it. That's the whole song, and it's just like,
Hey, one
is
of
it
my
about?
favorite times of the year.
I fucking hate fall because that means summer's over, and I love summer. That's why I was late to the show tonight. You know, because I'm like, it's 80 degrees out, and I'm like, I don't.
We just
It's
had the
80
best 3-day stretch of the year so far, so
Oh,
I can't
dude,
blame
it's
you.
been-
That's
it's
why
been
we were like, hey, man,
fucking
can we start
incredible.
late? I was like, no, absolutely. Enjoy
Yeah.
the time outside.
I know, and like especially because the weekend's gonna suck. You know what I mean?
It
But,
looks like it, man. We'll see. Time will tell.
Well, it's funny because I looked at I was looking at the weather for Indy because obviously I was telling you before the show I was supposed to go to the 500.
Yeah,
this weekend.
Midwest, sure.
And the only day that's going to be nice is Sunday.
So that means,
God is smiling down upon.
yeah, but
Sure.
also like weather-wise, if that is, coming, from that direction, from
Yeah,
west to
typically
east,
it's going to land here.
around that time, yeah, like for the weekend. So
So yeah, we got that. But all right, well, let's get into some of the things that we had said we were going to talk about, not
Or at least-
AFI.
No,
Or
absolutely not. That's fucking gay. That was cum being shot out of an ass by a man that likes AFI.
And that is not even the gayest thing we've seen all day, because we've seen AFI.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have. I couldn't even
I
tell you.
honestly haven't. I think I get around to listening to that song like when I get nostalgic for paintball. I'll listen to it.
It
but-
puts you in a time and a place. Sure, I understand that.
Yeah, exactly. It brings me back to like pre 9/11 high school, carefree. Everything is awesome. And now I got to worry about like dumb shit like getting shot in Cambridge by ex-cons who shouldn't be in public or society to begin with.
Which leads us right into the segue here, Joey. We're talking about, yes, last week, a random shooting happened on one of like an offshoot or an actual part of the state highway, I believe, or at least the city highway in Cambridge, Massachusetts, which, for those of you who don't know, is where Harvard is. It's very hoity-toity. Everything there is, I mean, Boston is one of the most expensive cities to live in the country, like behind New York and like San Francisco. It cost of living wise, it is absurdly high. And crime is high there, just like it is in
Yeah,
New
what
York
is it
City.
like? Was the average house cost like $2 million there or something like that? in
I mean,
Cambridge?
if you're looking to buy a house, and depending on the area, yeah, but just to rent, you're looking at, even in like not Boston proper, but like just on the outskirts, like your Somervilles and stuff like that, that can still run you, it. Just to buy it like a condo out there is probably, or like to lease one is probably like $100K.
The median sale price for a home in Cambridge, Mass, is roughly $1.4 million.
Right.
So yes, this is a very, very, very wealthy part of town, to say the least.
And yeah, there's a lot going on there. I would not personally want to pay that much money to be around that many fucking people. If I'm paying for $1 million for anything, piece
Yeah.
of land, I want solace. I want.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even want to see my neighbors. Like, I want to have to break out a fucking pair of binoculars to see my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
And
dude.
guess what?
Like,
You're not getting that in this state. Not for that amount of money.
no, God, no.
You might have
Um,
a nice big house, maybe not close to the water ish, depending on where you are, but you're certainly
Sure.
still close to your neighbors. You're not getting like over 5 acres anywhere around here
God,
for
no.
less than like 5 million, maybe even more than that. at this
Yeah, I
point.
mean, obviously, the further away from the city you go, the easier it gets. And
Yes, but even
you know,
I wouldn't
whatever.
want to pay that much
But
to live in
if
a
you go out
very
to, like, if you go
congested, unsafe
yeah,
city.
if you go out like Hampden County, like out west, like you know what I mean, like past Springfield and all that shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking like western Mass. Like
Yeah, almost
borderlining
borderline New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Like even out there, it's still expensive. I mean, I did a sales call out there one time to this guy. The neighbor on his left was the CEO of or owned Smith and Wesson,
No shit.
and or the CEO of Smith and Wesson, and the guy to his right was the owner of the Peter Pan Bus Company. Like that was his two neighbors
Mm.
on either side of him.
Yeah, so a lot of
And-
money.
Yeah, like his lawn. He bought his dad a tractor to mow the lawn. That was $88,000, and I'm like, oh, cool. Your lawnmower costs more than my fucking car. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for me. But yeah, you're like you say, it's just you're not getting any fucking price breaks around here. But
Absolutely not.
the reason why you're not getting any price breaks around here is because everything is so fucking expensive in this state, and we pay all this money in taxes. When all this money gets funneled into the correction system, and all this and this rehabilitation, and we get winners like this fucking.
Yep.
I'm sure he was a future scholar.
Which
He
Yep.
did actually earn, I believe, he earned a degree from Emerson College while he was incarcerated on the taxpayer's dime, which you can thank our very own Jamie Eldridge for,
yes.
because that is his program. And I can say that I can attest to that very factually because I've been there, done that, seen the graduation process at my own institution. And anyhow, yeah, they give these guys honorary degrees. They let them earn actual college credits on our dime, the taxpayer, that is.
Yep.
And then they get out and they do shit like this.
Yeah, that can work for certain individuals.
Here. I'm just hiding my camera. I'm still here though.
That's fine. You got to pull out your penis.
I'm just gonna pee out my window. Hold on.
Nobody needs to see that. But yes, this is unprovoked, completely random, seemingly shooting that happened last Monday. It's according to this article, it's still unclear how the alleged gunman in this week's shooting in Cambridge, Massachusetts, got his hands on a high-powered gun. Tyler Brown of Boston was arraigned on multiple charges this week after allegedly firing dozens of shots Monday on busy Memorial Drive, which again is in Cambridge. Brown was on parole and on the phone with his parole officer right before the incident. Guilty pleas were entered on Brown's behalf when he was arraigned from his hospital bed. He did not speak during the virtual appearance. Prosecutors say he fired more than 60 rounds, sending 2 people to the hospital and handing at least a dozen vehicles. A Massachusetts state police trooper, and a trooper, and a good Samaritan who served as a Marine and is legally licensed to carry a firearm were able to stop Brown by returning fire. Ashland Police Chief Cara Rossi, first vice president with the Massachusetts Tifa Police Association, says the 2 credited with subduing the shooter saved countless lives. And I quote, "Amazing that this brave civilian came out," said Rossi. He was going up to cars, making a barricade, and getting people away from the harm. So, tip of the cap to you, sir, and the trooper for going in there and doing the right thing.
Great job on everyone's, on both parts. So, I mean, and what the funny thing is like the mainstream media will, they like casually mention, if they mention at all, that, a good Samaritan with a license to carry.
Right. Responsible gun owner.
Was a major part of this. And they always make sure to let you know that, like, oh, he was a retired Marine, though.
So even better.
This wasn't just like your everyday average citizen. This guy was a highly trained special combat unit Marine who happened to have a gun. And it's like,
okay,
bro,
but that
doesn't mean anything. Like, first of all, that doesn't mean shit.
That caveat doesn't matter. He happened to be there right guy at the right place at the wrong time, because that shouldn't have happened. But thankfully, he was.
But my thing is like they make it out to sound like that because, like, oh well, he was a Marine, and you're like, okay, cool. Like, yes, Marines go through extensive training, and they train to do a very specific job, right? Which is to kill the other guy. And I get that, and I'm not taking anything away from the Marines or the armed services in general, but when I talk to you talk to some of my buddies, my good friends who are Marines or ex-Marines, I won't say ex-Marine because once a Marine, always a Marine.
I know what you're saying though. Not currently in duty.
A lot of them are not gun guys. Like a lot of them are just like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, yeah, they might have like a pistol that they carry, now and again, but they're not like big time gun guys. You know what I mean? They make it sound like if you're a Marine, like you can sit there and like identify, like, yo, yeah, I know the inner workings of every single firearm in the United States military because we're Marines and that's what we're trained to do. And it's like, nah, man, like they can shoot. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I've also outshot a bunch of my friends that are Marines, and I'm not a Marine.
It also comes down to yes, their training is undeniable, but not everybody keeps up with it or is into it as much after the fact than others. Then you get others that are, and yeah, they're not special forces.
Correct.
And even those guys, they're not living it 24/7 all the time. This isn't like the movies.
No, a lot of them get out, and the last thing they want to do is whatever it was that they, they're proud of their service. They're proud to call themselves a Marine, but they don't want to live that life continuously. Like a lot of them want to get as far away from it as they can, in certain instances. And I get that. Like, not everybody has a great, I talked to some of my buddies, and I'm not going to put names out there or anything like that, but like some of my buddies that were in Fallujah, or Afghanistan over the years. Like, I mean, that have actual bodies on their belt. Like, they don't do, they stop doing confirmed kills like after Vietnam. But
Right.
like, I've got buddies that have 30 plus confirmed kills, like that they can confirm on their own. Like, because some of them are so fucking close up and personal
Mhm.
that they can't. Yeah, he was dead. I pulled the trigger and he was dead.
Yep. Same. Friends and family
right,
members as well.
Right,
Yeah.
you and I both. We both. Everybody knows, right? I'm not saying like this like I'm unique or special.
Right. No.
I'm
No.
just
You're.
saying,
Well, that's how. I mean, at least our generation, we all know somebody that, at least one person, whether it be a friend or acquaintance or family member, that was somehow involved in some military conflict over the
at
last,
some, at one, yeah, one point or
20,
another.
20 to 25 years.
I mean, shit. My grandfather, for fuck's sake, my grandfather lied about his age so he could join the Navy and ended up stationed in Guam, like in the Pacific.
In fucking
You-
Guam.
In Guam, kid. My his brother-in-law was in Pearl Harbor when it got attacked. Like, it's just like it's not that hard. Everybody knows somebody who knows or has been around somebody. All that being said, my point in this whole thing is like a lot like the way the media painted this was like, oh yeah, but he was a Marine. If they mentioned him at all. You know, because a lot of times they just mentioned the state trooper. There was a few outlets that didn't even mention the Good Samaritan with the license to carry because it was detrimental to their argument. It was detrimental to their narrative that a good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun, and the bad guy was supposed to be released. He had a college degree that he got in prison. A liberal judge let him walk even though he was considered dangerous, and all this other shit. All these things happened. And I have friends that had this guy in their cell block at certain times, and they said he was nothing but a fucking problem. So why anybody thought it was a good idea for this guy to be out roaming around and in free society is beyond me.
Because I think you mentioned it, or I believe you did. If you didn't, then it bears repeating, or if you did, it bears repeating. This guy was already let out on parole a bunch of times. This wasn't his first.
This is a career criminal.
This was his first openly, publicly, just randomly shooting into, wildly into the ether, essentially. But still, he was a career criminal with multiple violent offenses. This is another example of how.
And even when he was locked up, I can tell you from not firsthand experience, but from people that I know that worked with that had him, he was a piece of shit. He was not a fucking good guy. He was one of those guys that you kind of know, like, you expected this to happen when you look at his when you see he's parole eligible or his release date, and you're like, he's one of the ones where like, yeah, you'll be back.
Yeah, and also
I just hope you don't kill somebody in the meantime.
And also, you can't just say, "Oh, this guy earned these like accreditations while incarcerated," and use that as like, "Oh, he's reformed." No, that's not the barometer test. Like, they have literally nothing else to do while in there, besides what little free time they have to their own. So if they're gonna do something, they take a class, they learn a trade, maybe.
Like I said, Jamie Eldridge, forces this thing through, and all of our wonderful politicians and Jamie Eldridge. I mean, Ayanna Pressley is married to an ex-con who did time at my facility. Like, it just gets swept under the rug and just like pushed aside, like no big deal. I think I can't wait until I retire from the DOC. So that I can go on and just start talking about all the shit that I saw during my career.
Oh, dude!
Like free of having the threat of losing my job.
Dude, when you're able to do that, this show is basically going to turn into Joey's stories.
I have a running Word document on my desktop where I just type out like the shit that happened at work over like a week, a month, whatever. Once a month, I'd try to jot down everything so I don't forget. Because I'm gonna write a show or a book, do something fun. Like, there's a bunch of podcasts that have been coming out. Like Ian Bick does a pretty good one, where it's like talks about like two ex-cons and COs and the like, and it's fascinating shit. But a lot of times, I think the general public really is very sheltered from what goes on behind those walls, and it's not through any fault of their own. Just nobody talks about it
Right.
because we can't, and B, nobody really cares. At the end of the day, like nobody gives a shit until something like this happens, and then all of a sudden everybody will like for 5 minutes everybody's gonna be like, wait, what?
Well,
What do you mean they have tablets and they can call people? What do you mean they got internet access and email and they can just sit in their cell on the phone all day? Like,
well,
what do you
yeah,
mean they get TV time? Like
Maybe-
yeah, dude. Like, it's prison in Massachusetts. It's
Yeah, maybe
basically a country club.
maybe the general public isn't interested in that type of stuff, like your stories, even if they're mundane. Me as a true crime aficionado,
Yeah.
I would love hearing all those details.
Oh, I bet you
It-
I've got guys. I bet you I've babysat guys that are on your true crime podcast.
At least a few. And speaking
a
of
few.
mentioning the guys, I just want to catch up with the chat here because Robocopes later said most military can't shoot a pistol for shit. Lucky there wasn't more collateral. Laughing my ass off, and then my boy Greg said, "Yeah, they got to say it's a Marine because it legitimizes a good guy with a gun.
Yeah,
Could
I
be a
meant to- I
normal
meant to
gun
say,
owner."
I wanted to give a shout out to Grigori in the chat because exactly
Yep.
that's exactly the point. They say it's a Marine because it delegitimizes everything else.
Yeah,
around it.
then-
That's the point.
Robocope again said the Army taught me the worst pistol shooting stance and habits ever. They were still teaching Weaver grip. And then Greg said, "Yep, preach about that shit and feel for some ex-con shit they go through. Shit they go through is heinous."
Oh, listen,
yeah.
I'll tell you right now,
Mhm.
as a corrections officer, I can't say I've advocated because that would be the wrong word, but I have put in a good word, if you will, for certain individuals
Right.
in certain circumstances who I felt had earned it
Yes.
or deserved it.
Yeah, and you've
And that
mentioned
was
this
through
before.
my personal relationships with them. Yeah. And not all I mean, dude, I'm telling you right now, bro, there are cons in my block that if they get out tomorrow and I ran into them at the restaurant, like I'm picking up their whole tab. You're like, "Nah, man, your money ain't good here. I got you." Like,
Yeah.
and then there's guys that if I see them out, like, it's probably going to be a problem. You know, like, but
It's a
everybody who
case by
knows-
case situation.
Exactly. It really is, dude. You got to take it single person by person, case by case. I'll tell you right now, like my reputation amongst the cons at my facility is I'm fair. You respect me. You do what I ask you to do. We're not going to have any problems.
Mm-hmm.
If you fuck around, not to sound cliche about it, but you're gonna fucking find out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm good with all the major, players, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
in that facility. So, like, I've been told on a couple of occasions, if this place ever falls in a riot, and the prison ever falls, you get a free pass to the front gate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bet.
That's hey. That I mean, what more could you ask for there?
Not much.
In that scenario, given your position.
Yeah, and I told all my friends who are COs, I'm like, y'all want to be dicks? They told me I got a free pass. Like, don't expect me to stick around and be like, nah, I'm not leaving unless they come with me. Like, nah, I'm out of here, bro. Y'all made the bed. You got to lay in it. See you later. I'll come back with some guns later. You know, I'll be the first one back through to come rescue you, but I got to get outside first. Like, yeah, just
In
saying.
one of the Team America vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we have no intelligence.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Very bad intelligence.
Some fat fascist tried to blow me up.
Yeah, Michael Moore. He's holding hot dogs.
Yeah.
He's got mustard
take
all
it
over.
all down.
All right.
I'll take it all down.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
God, I fucking love it. So I had a buddy of mine. I'll tell you his name after. But
Sure.
you know him from elementary and middle school. And he actually ended up. I think he went on to be a Navy SEAL, and then ended up going Delta.
No shit.
Yeah, and when I tell you his name, it'll be very surprising. But if you actually remember who he was, it will be not surprising at all. And but him and a bunch of his buddies, when they were like, and I think they were on break, they were in the Naval Academy. He was in the Naval Academy, and he was on break. And him and a bunch of his buddies went to Nonquit and egged Michael Moore's house. Like,
Shit.
Imagine a bunch of future Navy SEALs just egging your house.
Like spec ops to
yeah,
egg somebody's
like
house.
the elite of the elite in the United States and like military, and it's like, yeah, he's out there just throwing eggs at Michael Moore's house in Nonquit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my friend Marty, rest in power, my friend.
Yep.
He wasn't anything like that. And broke into David Duchovny and Taya Leone's house in Nonquit and stole some shit and beat the shit out of a pillow in a bed because he thought that it was somebody asleep in it. So he was ready to kill David Duchovny or Taya Leone.
I mean, man, drugs are wild. And Tia Leone is wicked nice. I've
run into her at Stop and Shop.
I've waited on her a bunch of times at the restaurant I used to work at, and the first time I ever met her, she'd forgot her credit card there the night before.
So yeah, and she had to come back for it.
So she comes back the next day. So I'm like behind the bar, like just whatever, hanging out, and I'm like getting ready for the shift, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, and she walks in, she's like, hi, she's like, I left my credit card here last night. And I'm like, sure. I'm like, what's the name? And she's like, Taya. And I was like, Taya. I was like, Leone. And I was like, and I kind of look at her and I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, nah. And this is before I knew she lived around here. And I get the card and I get Tia Leone. I'm like, oh yeah, I get the card. I'm like, can I just see some ID, please? Before I was like, I can't just hand you the card.
Yeah, you can't just say you're.
I'm like, yeah, you sure? You're Tia Leone. And I'm like, yeah, okay, Tia Leone. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I look at her license, and she hands me a fucking ID, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, Tia Leone. I was like, loved you in Bad Boys. And I handed her a credit card. She's like, thank you so much. I was like, yeah, no problem. Have a great day.
And that show you were on, the sitcom you had in the 90s, that I can't remember the name of. Oh, and thank you, Greg, for the compliment on the stream.
Yes, thank you, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
But yeah, it was funny as hell because I was like, I ID'd, and everybody's laughing at me in the restaurant that was working. Because they're like, really? You didn't know who that was? And I'm like, well, I'm like, she looked familiar, but like, I'm not expecting fucking Tia Leone to walk in. You know, I'm like, the last time I saw Tia Leone, it was like Mike Lowry. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know, like, I'm like, it was Bad Boys, dude. I'm like, another, you know, whatever, Jurassic Park or whatever. And, but she was wicked nice. And I ended up like taking her table. She was, I waited on her, I don't know, probably like a dozen times over the 2 years I worked in that restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw David Duchovny. I think she was broken up with him at that point.
Oh yeah, that was probably when he was going through a sex scandal stuff.
Yeah,
like,
wasn't
I'm a sex addict.
Wasn't he with like Katie Holmes at that point?
No, that was Tom Cruise has had her locked up for a long time.
She came through the restaurant a couple of times too.
Oh, dude, there's been a bunch. I remember being at Blockbuster Video in Fairhaven back in the day.
Yep.
With my dad and my sister, and we were picking out like a movie to watch for the weekend, or like a couple. And my dad's like, "Hey, son, look over there. It's a guy from Stargate." And I'm like, "Kurt Russell?" And he, and then I look and he's like, "No, it's the other one." I'm like, "It was James Spader." Who is a great actor, but at the time I was like, well, he's not Kurt Russell, so I don't give a shit. I'm like, but it's not Kurt Russell. It's the other guy.
Well, if you ain't Fiona Apple, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Absolutely Barb Brady moment. Well, if you ain't Fiona Apple, I don't give a shit. Well, if you ain't Kurt Russell, you're not Snake Plissken, then get the fuck out of here.
Snake Plissken. Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, I know. It's so funny, like, that, like, we don't realize. I think we didn't realize. I don't think we knew. Like, I didn't realize growing up, like, how like we were Aspen before it got like cool. You know, like we were the little Cape town, even though we're not on the Cape.
No,
like, but we were like a Cape town. You know what I mean? To everybody else.
Joey, we are, if anything, coastal elites.
Yo, 100. Trust me. I flex on all my friends from the Midwest all the time and be like, When was the last time you faggot saw an ocean? Oh, really? That sucks.
Dude, I flex on my friends from mid fucking Massachusetts.
Yeah.
My friend a
Like,
few years ago, he's like, "Hey man, you want to go fish before?" Because he was coming out here for the first time in a while, or like ever. He was like, "Hey, how close do you live to the ocean? Do you want to go fishing before we go out?" I was like, I can see it from my fucking house. Like, it's
Yeah.
right there."
It's there.
I was
It's
like,
there.
"We're not gonna
It's
go
right there.
fishing at that spot. I know of a better one,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go there." But yeah, it's right here.
People always like rip on me. They're like, "Oh, you live in New Bedford," and I'm like, "You mean the whaling capital of the world, sir?"
Mm.
And they're like, "Yeah, what is this, like 1850?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you have against good, clean burning lamp fuel,
Yeah.
but yeah, we live in New Bedford, bro."
Do you know what makes every perfume and cologne smell great? Ambergris.
Yeah,
And if you don't know what that is, you're a fag.
and I'm not, and not for nothing, Trav, but like we have it pretty fun. We're pretty fortunate to live where we live
We absolutely are.
because
100%.
when I like go like anybody who wants to go toe to toe with me, you know what I mean? Like when they're like, oh, like especially when it comes to food, you know what I mean? Because restaurants, obviously, like that's like a big like point of contention. Like who's
Yeah.
got the best, this, whatever, and they're like, oh, like I'm like, dog, I'm like, New Bedford's got the best. We have one of, if not the best of everything. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, I'm like, seriously, I'm like, you want the best fucking wings in the state? You go to Rose Alley. I'm like, you want the best pizza that you can possibly buy? We've got like 6 places to choose from, and no one else in the state comes close.
Well, I would say Pizzeria Regina in Boston.
Fuck that place. I'll put fucking
I like
Ray's or Faye's, any of those places up against
No,
Regina.
well, that's fair.
All day.
It's different types of pizza, but
Different types, yes, but I'm like, you want great pizza? We got that. You want good fucking seafood?
the best.
Dog, we're the seafood capital of the world. The world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, name a place, go there, whatever. We got 10 million different kind of chowders. We got fucking everything. You don't even need to leave the New Bedford city limits to get the best of anything that you could possibly want.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like, I know No Probs is, like, in my opinion, kind of fallen off over the years. But at one point, like, the best Mexican in the state was No Probs.
I mean, there's better traditional Mexican than them now at this point. But for what No Probs is, yeah, no, very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got like Caleritos, you got
Caliente's is dope.
the one that Bill Murray goes to every time he goes to Martha's Vineyard, leaving here. El Temporo, or the one off of Route 18. They got a couple other locations.
Mm-hmm. I know which one you're talking about. I can't think of it. But yeah, but like I'm saying, there's plenty of places. Like, like we have a little bit of everything in this city.
Yes, we are a very good melting pot, especially
And
when it comes to food.
like
We got
you
good
said,
Italian. We got good.
And we're a stone's throw away from any, like, you're a 5-minute drive from from a good beach. Now, I'm not saying like New Bedford's got great beaches, but Dartmouth and Westport certainly do. Those
Absolutely.
aren't very far away, and they're right on the neighbor. They're neighbors. So, like,
Yeah, I
people
just
always,
got
like,
my beach pass for the season for Dartmouth.
People always try to shit on New Bedford, like, oh, it's fucking New Bedford, bro. This and that. I'm like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely got its faults, but I'm like, all in all, I'm like, outside of like, I mean, unless you're going to Boston or Providence, like, find me a better city that has more going on a Friday or Saturday night. I mean, you go to the Vault on any given night and see one of the better, cover bands in the country. You know what I mean? Like, you got 10 million breweries, restaurants, like
Knuckleheads, free music on the weekends,
bro,
great
Nux is
food,
the shit, bro.
no
Nux
cover.
is, I will forever fucking pump Nux up. That is.
Yeah, I was there
my
on
home
Friday
away
with
from
my
home.
friends
I saw I saw the video.
with the old
was
man.
great.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I wish I remembered his name, but yeah, I was there a few years ago. They brought him out the birthday cake, and he's still dancing to blow out the candles. And they're like, he's like 96 now. I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, he's just a savage. He's been going. I mean, I started working there in 2008.
Yeah, and he was
And I've
definitely
been
going there since then.
I was 21 because my cousins worked there. Well, one of my cousins worked there, and my other cousins went there because it was all family, integrated, and they're basically family to me. Like, I don't. So that's my home away from home, dog.
And
Like,
that guy
that's-
was a spry 70-something back then.
Yeah, No shit. He was like, "Oh, look at this dude in his 70s, living life. God, I hope I could do that when I'm 70." There he is, 96. And he's like, still doing it.
Well, I don't know if he's 96. Right, he's definitely in his 90s.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I mean,
At least
95,
early 90s.
96, 91, 90. I don't give a shit. Once you hit 9 on, to start your age, you're a legend.
Yep. Yeah, Greg remembers. Yeah, Greg was there.
Yeah.
He saw him dancing.
Dude, guys, but I love Knuckleheads. That's one of my all-time. That's probably my all-time favorite bar. That is my favorite bar. I mean, I'm biased because I work there, but
As far as ones that are still open from when I was like in my 20s, still, I mean, it's got to be right up there because not many of them are left. Like Miller's is no
No.
longer a thing.
Miller's was great.
Rose
Finn's.
wasn't Rose. It was Cultivators back then, but that they switch locations and what have you.
Finn's was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I went to the Garden, but I wasn't like a regular
The
there.
Garden was but the Garden was like that place that you went like where you're like, yeah, we're gonna have a night.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I just want to get fucked up and not pay a
Yeah,
lot of money.
You'll go get yourself a trash can and like $5,
Exactly.
and you're like,
And
all right.
and most definitely, without question, I'm gonna be taking a piss, and somebody's gonna walk in as I'm doing it because the door was broken.
Never worked. Yep, I remember that. Right over there on the left.
I think
Or-
they
and-
renovated it. I was like, oh, did they? I hope they renovated the door, and they're like, nope. I was
Nope.
like, well, at least
Left
something.
it.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Hey, you know what? That was a good call on their part because that was that made that place. You know what I mean? I loved going to the Garden because it was funny because there was like an equal chance, like there was always a good chance that you were going to see some crazy shit. Like you were probably going to see somebody get a fucking Heineken bottle broken across their face.
Yeah, because it was a good
over a
amalgamation of
fucking,
like,
game of pool.
because it catered to people that were just out to drink cheaply. So you
Yes.
got your college students, you got your alcoholics who can't afford very much but still have enough to go out like, at least one night. Shit, lost you, Joey. All right, hold on. Why can't I see you? Oh, there you are.
Okay, got you. Back. All right.
But yeah, a weird amalgamation of... Jesus, now you're gone again. Check. Joey, what is going on with your shit? Let's see.
There you are.
Why do you keep going away?
Hold on.
Check. No, yeah, it keeps going away. God damn it, this happened last week. Oh, and we were just getting into it, too. We've talked about one actual thing this whole night that had nothing to do with our own personal nostalgia. And we're still going.
Good.
Check.
Good. We good?
Uh,
Oh, we're there. I think we're here.
Okay. But
Okay.
yeah, a weird amalgamation of all those types of people, all there for the same reason. And then you got the guy selling Jamaican beef patties,
Yeah.
walking around. And it's just like, man, I miss that type of shit. It's just like,
I do too.
this
honestly.
bar sucks. Everyone here sucks, but we're all having a good time. And
That's
guess
the-
what? This guy's gonna start selling fucking empanadas out of his pants, essentially, and we're gonna eat them. Cause
Isn't that like? Wasn't that like the whole fun of it though? That was the appeal of that bar? Was that it was just you knew you were there with a bunch of degenerate shitheads.
yes, you Because I would go to
and we all-
Hibernia for
Nobody
certain
ever
nights.
felt like they were better than the next.
No, we all. It was like as soon as we get into that establishment. Oh, come on, Joey! Don't leave me now. Now. 6 feet in the air, and I'm shitting. Don't die on me, brother. God damn it. Oh, let's see. Nope. It immediately popped away. I don't know what is going on. I updated my shit. I'm not saying it's on your end, brother. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, we're going to keep try to, keep rolling. Yeah! As Fred Durst would say. I got to get some Fred Durst stuff. Check. I can't hear you. I got you on, but I have no audio from you. Oh, there it is.
It's showing audio on my end.
All right, now I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Well, let's wrap this up because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
That's fine. Yeah, we might as well because this could end abruptly again.
Yeah, it's probably going to. I don't know why Streamlabs is doing this to us every week, but
it always happens at the worst times.
yeah, like we run for like a good hour, and then all of a sudden it's just like, fuck you.
Granted, we started a little late tonight, and now we're gonna probably just end it now while we can properly.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna get out while we can.
Get all up in there while we can.
Get all up in there real deep like.
And then she makes that noise.
Yeah. We didn't touch on a couple of things. We're gonna touch on a couple of other things, but honestly,
they were
nothing.
pretty minor.
Yeah, nothing really crazy happened. I mean, we were gonna talk about fucking what's his name from Louisiana losing his primary because he voted to impeach Trump and then lost, which is great.
Yep. No, that's fine. And you're gone again. God damn it. It might have something to do with some internet. God damn it. All right, we got to see if we can get Joey back at least one more time. We need to do a proper send-off because I don't know if one of our check.
I don't even want to get.
Yeah, Jesus. I don't know what to do anymore. This is fucking Streamlabs. What are you doing? It's Big Oil. Let me tell you something. Big Oil is a big part of this. Do we got you, Joe? No, we don't. This is... I don't know if one of our internets is being throttled.
Maybe the Jews like what we have to say. I don't know. Like,
oh, did you bring up the little hat guys?
I mean, maybe. I didn't think we didn't bring them up. Maybe they just didn't like what we were saying just now. I don't know.
And we're appealing to my anti-Semitic demographic right now,
just like
pretty well. So
God, no.
So it could be that.
The little hat guys did not like us positively promoting New Bedford.
No, they just couldn't have it. Like, how dare they?
Like, oh God, no! They have terrible bagels there. Jesus.
No, actually, we got pretty goddamn good bagels. Oh Jesus! See, yep, you mentioned bagels, and that's immediately gone. I think Grigori, you might be onto something here. All right, I think. With that being said, unless Joey can get back in here quickly and it actually work, I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of the chat if you were or will be in the future. Yeah, it does suck, Joey. But you know what? we'll be here back again. Potentially next week. It's Memorial Day. I have it off. So I have no reason to not be on it unless I get way too drunk, which I don't see happening. Common Streamlabs complaint going on years with no real answers. Thank you again, Robocope9. Aaron, if that's you, again, I forget if that's your handle on here, then thank you. Talking about it on Reddit 68. Yeah, you know what? And we're doing it remotely too. We're not in the same location. So Joey will be here. I'll be here. We'll both be, in a state of something. Yeah, he may be hammered too, he says. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting. It means a lot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Chances are you already have. Oh, and yes, it is you, Aaron. Again, thank you for your service. Much appreciated. Really means a lot to me and everybody else in our community and to our country. So thank you, sir. And until next time, it's been a pleasure, I guess. I don't know. Fuck it. No, it absolutely has. You guys have a good night, and thank you.